Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of this F1 25 Wheel of Chaos career mode. I don't even want to talk about last episode in Japan. That race was so bad. It was so frustrating and so bad. I don't really want to talk about it today because it was just so infuriating that it probably was my one of, if not the worst race I've ever had in this series, basically. So I think we're just gonna go past it. I don't really want to talk about it because we have better days coming up, especially here in Bahrain, where I hope we have success, because usually I'm pretty good here. But there wasn't really much to do during the week we had in between races here, because there was only a week and there wasn't a lot of time. We actually did have some upgrades come in, so that helped us out a little bit more, but we did not move too much in the research and development standings. One thing to note, as you're seeing right here, that's our car for this weekend. Yes, we've brought out the shiny black and red livery once again for our night races, so we'll be racing in that for Bahrain and then as well Saudi Arabia. So that's just something to look forward to this weekend. We also got to talk about this. F1 finally showing off some gameplay for the F1 25 DLC that has this year's cars in it. I don't really know what's all to say about it. We're gonna have to see how it goes with this series. We might have to just stop this series abruptly, which is too bad. But hey, we're gonna keep doing it until we cannot. So right now, we're gonna keep this going at least for the end of this season, and then we can probably move on to something else. But for right now, we're gonna stick with this. We'll see what comes of F1 25 once they release the DLC. But for right now, this series will stay alive. Okay, it is now time for the wheel to pick our challenge for this video. In the last episode, we actually had our first camera challenge. So that was something brand new. Let's hope maybe it's something different. Maybe it's another camera challenge. Let's spin that wheel, see what we get here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Lock tire pressure to lowest or highest setting. Okay, so I have the choice here. I'll probably go with what I have in my notes, but that's all tires too. So it's not going to be the most perfect thing, but you know what? That's a good challenge. Let's go to Bahrain, boys and girls. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here we go for our first lap here around the Bahrain International Circuit. We have set our tire pressures to the lowest it can be for this race. As you can see here on the screen, I did do it and I did save it that way. So all my tires have basically the lowest pressure possible in them. So it could make a pretty interesting weekend when it comes to, how our tires, wear and tear throughout the race, especially maybe in a hotter place like Bahrain. So it could make it pretty interesting, but, we're just here to show up and show out and do anything but better than last episode in Japan. So we come around here, the final corner for our first lap. It wasn't super pretty, but where does this put us? Around our teammate, 5/10 off of George Russell. Okay, that was an all right lap. We're definitely going to be going a couple more times here. So, yeah, that lap could be better. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've gone again here for a second lap around. Look at that time in the top right. A whole second and a tenth. We're into P4 with that lap. That was a really, really good lap. I'm very happy with that. Oh, babies. But now we got to go back into the pits quickly, and hopefully we can come out for a third run. So, ladies and gentlemen, we did come out for a third lap. We had enough time. We had more than enough time. But you know what? I just don't think we have it here. I think our second lap was just as good, but it looks like we will start P5 for the Bahrain Grand Prix. A very, very good qualifying. Hopefully that transitions to a good race.
The stage is set for another enthralling race here in the Kingdom of Bahrain. A Ferrari stronghold in years gone by. Will they be able to add to their record today? We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Tsunoda, Paul Aaron and Sainz, Leclerc, Piastri, Russell and Pierre Gasly, Antonelli, Hülkenberg, Esteban Ocon and Bortoleto, Albon, Hadjar, Liam Lawson and Pepe Marti, Behrman, Crawford, Stroll and Franco Colapinto rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was about 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometers an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. 5 lights are on here, and they are out, and we are off. Now, the guy right ahead of me is Lewis Hamilton. He's on the hard tire, so we should be able to possibly get ahead of him here on this first corner as we will try and outbrake him a bit. Don't hit Lando Norris. Go wide just a bit. We are clear. Good as gone, and we are third now in the Bahrain Grand Prix, and Lewis Hamilton on those hard tires, it worked out perfectly for us. Now, obviously, it's going to be tough to maybe drive away as we just bump into Max Verstappen. It's going to be a bit tough because we know how good that these front contenders are for this race. So we might have trouble, but if we're able to stick with them just a little bit, we could be in a great spot here for definitely a points finish. So let's hope. Let's see how this Bahrain Grand Prix goes, and hopefully we hang around long enough that we have a good race and a good finish. And we already got a yellow flag, boys and girls, on the second lap. I think we had someone just have a spin. I can't really tell because I'm turning the corner here. It's hard to see, but I think... No, it's already a Racing Bull. Liam Lawson out of this race just a lap in. That's all he lasted. So we've already had some action here on the first lap of this race. What's bad for us is we are definitely not even close to Max Verstappen or Lando Norris because of obvious reasons. So we are kind of in that struggle bus right now, but... we're just going to try and hang on to P3 as best as we can. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start lap 5 here, but as you can see, the soft tire runners are struggling just a bit. I don't really know how long those soft tires can really go for, but it looks like they are having trouble. As you can see, Charles Leclerc behind me is also struggling, but here's Lando Norris on here. We're going to peek out just a little. We are just going to go slow here, and we're going to get him down the next straight, and we're hopefully going to be able to pass him here because we'll have the DRS. We got the full battery. Here we go on Lando Norris for P2 of the race. He's going to go to the outside. We're going to go to the inside, and we're going to brake nice and late like always, and we, boys and girls, are now clearly into P2 here at the Bahrain Grand Prix with Max Verstappen not far behind, and he's on the soft tire. We are doing very, very well in this medium, so hopefully we'll be able to take over that P1 spot when they come into pit, and it shouldn't be that much longer. Oh no, we have a spin! We have a spin, and I think that was Lewis Hamilton. No, it was Charles Leclerc, I believe it was. Yes, Charles Leclerc on the soft tires here. This could cause something here. I just saw the yellow flag pop up, and I looked immediately, and oh no, I think he got underway again, so we're all right, but holy cow. Charles Leclerc with an absolute stinker. So I feel like those soft tires are very much struggling on lap 7 here of this race. Wow. And we have another spin, and that's Lando Norris. Lando Norris spun as well. The soft tires struggling for everyone. Here, and we got a red flag. Another red flag this season. Are you kidding me?
No overtaking, and let's get back into the pits, please.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have another red flag situation here this season. This is already the second or the third one we've had. Like, it's been nuts. We've only had 4 races, but or more than that because we had 5, I guess, because of the sprint, whatever. So we basically lose no time on our strategy because we were going to pit anyways that lap. So we're going to go on the hards here. This is what they say is the best stint we could get going here. So I'm going to go with this. I guess there's nothing really to lose here. This is the best strategy they say, so I'll take that for sure. We're in P2, which is also great news, but now we have the restart. So I don't know what the other drivers are going to be on. I feel like we could be screwed here, maybe with some medium tired drivers as well now, especially those who are on the soft, but I don't really know how it was going to go anyways after we pit, but I guess we'll find out here. But we're all now clumped up again, so let's get back to the race. All right, so here we go, and yeah, I was right. Everyone's on the medium tire. I'm on the hard, but let's get going here. It's going to be tough to get by Max Verstappen here on the restart, and it might be even tough here. Lando Norris is on my side as well. We're just going to brake quickly, and there's Oscar Piastri as well. It's tight here around the first turn, but we hold on barely as we remain in P2. These first couple of laps, we're going to struggle because their tires are much better than ours. But over time, I think we will be in a better situation. But for right now, we're going to have to hold on as best as we can. Oh no, Lando Norris is on a soft. That might be even better for us come a couple of laps. Ladies and gentlemen, we are struggling, and Lando Norris on the soft tire gets by us here. But we're going to try and get him back here on the next straight. But man, oh man, the soft tire is definitely going to be working much better here at the start. But we're going to have to get by him quickly here. I don't know if we'll be able to do it here on this DRS chase. Unless we go down the inside. This was going to be tight. Oh, Lando, watch out. I had to push him way to the outside. If you see in the top left, Max Verstappen is gone, ladies and gentlemen. He had no fight with me at all, and his tires are in perfect shape. So, yeah, Max Verstappen, unless we get stopped again, might have this race in the bag. And another issue is I might not have DRS with Lando Norris here because I've been just too slow. I freed him up. Yeah, I don't have DRS. Oh my God. This could be a struggle bus of a start because we have both hard tires. We don't have an extra medium. And ladies and gentlemen, there goes Lewis Hamilton now. Oh my God, this has just been an awful restart for us. Just so unlucky. And I got nothing to say. We might be able to get past Lewis here. No. Terrible corner. I'm just going to hold off. We'll get him eventually, but oh, this has just been an awful restart for us. We are in such a good position. But now, ladies and gentlemen, one lap later, I stuck around with Lewis Hamilton. I got the full battery. And we're going to get a new strategy here as we go away to the outside and all the way to the middle. And they say lap 22 for the softs. I say all right with that. So that's possibly what Lando Norris is going to be doing here shortly. He'll probably be coming on in for the hard tires. But we're back into P3. And hopefully we're able to pull away from Lewis Hamilton now that maybe our tires have fully warmed up. Oh no, and Lewis Hamilton's got a burnout. I just saw the yellow flag behind me. And there goes Lewis Hamilton. So now I'm in very... well, clean-ish air. So we've lost Liam Lawson. We've now lost Lewis Hamilton. So that gives me a little bit of breathing room now. And especially that we're catching up to Lando Norris just a little bit. That is huge news for us. Oh, not gonna just relax just a little bit here. And we got a safety car. For what? What happened? How did we just get a safety car?
Maintain positive delta. Okay, we're more or less into the pit window now. If you want fresh rubber during the safety car, we're ready for you.
Okay, so they're offering another hard tire until the end. I'll do it. I think we have to. I think we have to. Because by the time the safety, we'll lose all our position if we all clump up. But man, what caused the safety car? There had to have been someone going slow, I guess. Like, what the heck happened? So we said, screw coming in for soft tires. Here we come in now for new hard tires. Because by the time the safety car might be over, we will not have to worry about coming in afterwards and whatnot, and our tires will be almost as good as new, basically. So we're gonna come on in. It seems like everyone else is. No, just get out, just get out, just get out. Okay, okay, not ideal, but it looks like we're gonna keep our spot, so that's all good. The one person, it's too bad, Isaac Hadjar kind of got screwed over. I don't know where he was before the safety car was called out, but he did pit in, and then the safety car got called, so he got really screwed here. Unless he could gain a couple positions from, you know, some slow pit stops here, and he might actually gain a couple. I'm watching the map down here, but we're just going to catch up to the queue and...
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
All right, boys and girls, here we go. Safety car is in this lap. Max Verstappen is going to release us here. I'm trying to get the tires as warm as possible for this restart. And you'll probably go here just after this corner. Just don't run into Lando Norris. As there he goes. So there goes Max Verstappen. I'm going to try and stick with Lando Norris as best as possible here. We're all clear to go. And Lando Norris kind of turned into me. But that won't matter. I'm going to try and go down the inside here and not smoke Max Verstappen. I go a bit wide. Oh, no. Can I hold on to the spot? Oh, maybe I actually did get by Lando Norris. Oh, baby. Just barely. I don't know if that was super legal, but I didn't fully leave the track. That was all fair game. And now we're into P2 nice and clear. The thing is now we are all on the same tire. We are all on the hard tire. So it's going to come to who has the best driving right now and who has the best car. Definitely looks like Max Verstappen. But it's going to be a battle for us to hold on here to P2. Unlike the times where we might have had the longer lasting tire to everyone else's worst tire. So we got to hold on as much as we can here for the last 10 laps of this race. And there goes Max Verstappen. And he might have hit my car. Max Verstappen just spun. You've never seen that from Max Verstappen this whole series. And there it is right there. Boys and girls, we are P1. We are P1, boys and girls. Are you kidding me? But now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, the faster cars are now going to try and get by me. Lando Norris is right there. There's George Russell going on the inside of me. We're going 3 wide here in the turn number 1. Can we stick it in here as best as we can? We don't push Lando Norris in. We don't push George Russell out. No, but we get DRS from this. This is fantastic stuff for us as we got 9 more laps to go through this one. We have to hold on. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just have over 5 laps to go. I got Piastri and Russell now battling behind me. I think we're in a really good spot for a podium finish here, but it's just going to be where we are finishing. Isaac Hadjar pitted for softs, boys and girls, before the safety car came out. So he got super screwed because everyone went onto the hard. So he was definitely going to pit no matter what once again. So that's just a tough way for Isaac. And he was in P12, I think, when the safety car ended. So he was in a good spot. But again, on the soft tires, it just was not going to work out. So that's too bad for him. But we still got a couple more laps to go. We are in a good spot. Again, like I mentioned, just hold on.
Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Final lap. And we are still in P1, boys and girls. And as you see in the top left, yes, sir, we have gained a lot of time to Piastri and Russell, who are still battling it out by each other. I was able to pull away. Oscar Piastri ended up in P2. I was able to pull away, and they have just been fighting every single lap ever since. And so I'm basically all in the clear now. It would take a big fumble by me for something to go wrong. But this race has had lots of up and downs. We didn't think it was going to be all that great after the red flag restart. That worked out in our favor. We didn't think it was going to go so well on the safety car restart. And it has gone very well for us. You know, speaking now at this corner and seeing Max Verstappen spin not that long ago, it had me thinking, the first couple of races, maybe besides Japan, he was getting so lucky with certain things. Race number 1, I believe George Russell DNF'd, right? He was in P1. Race number 2, I think Charles Leclerc spun right in China. And then we went to Japan, and I guess the rain and that whole thing helped him win. But this time around, it was his mistake. that costed him, and it helped us into P1. And this is Paul Aaron, boys and girls. This is not Isaac Hadjar, our main lead driver. This will be Paul Aaron with his first Formula One win. I needed a great weekend here in Bahrain, and ladies and gentlemen, we sure got it. And Paul Aaron gets his first Formula One victory.
Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
The checkered flag flies, and Paul Aaron can say, I'm a winner.
You always look back at a race like this and think, if I'd just made that mistake there or looked up here, there would have been contact. And every one of those overtakes is a moment where you have to absolutely nail it, perfect it, and that's exactly what they were able to do today. Great stuff indeed.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
Who would have thought that 4 races in and multiple weird races, I'll say that, it's Paul Aaron of our 2 drivers to get the victory. You know, last year when we had, you know, Fittipaldi and Hauger, I had an idea that, you know, either one of them could have won their first race, and they both did. But I was kind of thinking Isaac Hadjar would definitely be our guy to win the first race of this season, but not Paul Aaron. I guess Paul Aaron got maybe the luck of the straw here in Bahrain, but man, we did run a great race. We started in P5, ended P1. Obviously, I guess you could say the Max Verstappen spin was luck, and I will definitely not disagree with that. But we did race a good race because we went up against Oscar Piastri. We went up against Lando Norris. We went up against George Russell. We went up against Charles Leclerc. We went up against Lewis Hamilton. We never actually really went up against Max Verstappen, but we were with the best best on the grid. We were with the best on the grid all race long, and we prevailed. So that's what I like. If we're able to get a good race and a good racetrack like Bahrain, I know I can do well, and it worked out perfectly for us here, and I'm very happy that it did. And I needed something good to celebrate after last episode, so I'm very happy that this went our way. Let's go. And for the driver's standings, Paul Aaron now bumps up to P8 after that victory to 29 points. But still, again, it's Max Verstappen leading the way, even though he just got 1 point. So his gap shrunk big time, especially for Kimi Antonelli, who's now just a race difference away from Max Verstappen. There's still lots of work to be done, and I still think Max Verstappen is the best driver on the grid. But this type of race definitely caused some issues as well, especially with Ferrari having troubles too. So there's a bit of a mix-up, I think, from the 2 to 7 spot there in this episode. But Max Verstappen not getting maximum points, that helps out this standings board, that is for sure. And then looking at the constructors, we jump over Williams now, 35 points. They have 21. That's the big thing there as well. Also, it's key to note, McLaren now leading the way with 99 points. But look how tight it is from P1 to P4. 10-point difference between McLaren and Mercedes. So I know we're only 4 races in, and it's dumb for me to say it's not over yet, but it looks like this could be a very, very good season going forward. We know Max Verstappen's a top racer on the grid. We know, though, George Russell can fight for victories. We know that the McLarens could possibly also fight for victories, and the Ferraris as well have shown shiny spots as well throughout these 4 races and a sprint. So this season, I think, is going to be a very tasty one between the 1 to 4, but I'm glad we are now the best of the rest. Let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the Zuck TV YouTube channel if you have not yet. Also, ring that bell to be notified of when I post next, because the next time around we will be in Saudi Arabia. We will still have our nighttime livery going. Hopefully we're able to put up a good result again, but man, I'm just so happy we got this one. Let's freaking go. Take care, everyone. I'll see you in Saudi Arabia. Peace.